Why aren't there more purple lightsabers? Purple lightsabers are rare in Star Wars media. The color is exotic, and one where the numbers of users known are few. But why is that? Well, my friends, this is what we will be looking into today. So without further ado, let us once again dive back into the holocrons of the question. Why aren't there more purple lightsabers? Star Wars lore, there is a simple answer to this question, though it has many different interpretations of how one would use it, with there always being a single recurring theme. Though to understand it better, we must look at two of the most prominent users of this colour of lightsaber blade. Mace Windu was the first ever Jedi on screen we saw with a purple lightsaber. When Mace Windu went to Ilum, his crystal, unlike the rest of his group, was an amethyst purple, and throughout his time as a Jedi, he would rise through the ranks, becoming first a Padawan, then a Jedi Knight, ascending to the rank of Master, and then finally achieving a seat on the Jedi High Council. He would get his seat on the High Council after going on a murder investigation with Count Dooku, at that time Master Dooku, and he would take the dead council member's place. He would develop a variation of the seventh form of lightsaber combat named Vapad that he was wary to teach any others, along with the fact that many council members were allowing him to use it in combat, but it was not meant to be widespread amongst the Jedi Order. He would only ever teach this form of lightsaber combat to his Padawan, Depa Billaba. He would meet his end after he was betrayed by Anakin Skywalker, but his development of this new variation of Form 7 would cement him in history. Mace Windu's purple crystal was because, with Vapad, he would tap into the dark side, but not allow it to consume him. Let himself enjoy the fight, and let himself ever so slowly dip his toes in the deep end of the darkness. But he would never allow it to consume him, and this was why he was so wary of teaching others. When you use the dark side, those who are weak-willed will fall, and he did not want anyone else to fall after seeing what happened to Dooku. The next user was a Sith, who returned to the light after being corrupted by the dark. This is Revan. Revan, or as he is known in the KOTOR games, that's the Old Republic, for those who don't know the acronym, he is known as the Prodigal Knight. He wielded a purple saber in the lore alongside his red saber to show his mastery of both sides of the Force, and he never fully bled it because he never really gave himself over fully. He used the light and the dark, and like I said a minute ago, it was used to simplify and show the fact that he had mastered both sides of the Force. And unlike Windu's destiny-based crystal, I believe that purple also reflects his personality. He is not light or dark, he is both at once. He could use Force Lightning and Force Healing in tandem. He could use Force Plague and Force Push. He is one that could walk both lines and still have enough power to destroy anyone of either side who stood in his way. And if you think about it, one of them shows the power and emotions he has in the game. For example, love, anger, and wish to kill. But it also shows his mercy. It also shows his light side feelings, like kindness, empathy, and the wish to be good. His crystal is a reflection of his philosophical beliefs and who he is. He lets neither side consume him, but at different points in his life he gave himself over to either half. So in the end, he is not the Dark Lord of the Sith, nor a Jedi. He is not a traitor, nor a Sith. He is both at once. He uses the light and the dark in perfect harmony. This is Revan, and I believe that this is my opinion here, sorry, I'm going out of context of the lore. That is why he's one of the most interesting characters, in my opinion, out of all of Star Wars. And now, having looked at two very prominent users of this colour of lightsaber, both Revan and Mace Windu, I think it shows finally, or at least I hope it explains, the two different parts which make up why there are different routes to build the reason why there aren't more purple lightsabers. Because you can have two reasons why you can have one. One might be because it's your personality, like you use light and dark in tandem, like Revan, which I technically Mace Windu does do. Or it could be that you are destined for light and dark, and for balance. So all round, it all does add up to what I just said. It adds up to balance between the two sides of the Force. That is technically what both of these had. But for Mace Windu, I believe the reason why he had it and why he dabbled in the dark was to develop that form of combat. That's why I've given it a different meaning. Whereas Revan, he didn't develop a new form of lightsaber combat. He altered the course of history. He changed the way the Star Wars universe would be in the future. And that's why I think there's two different branches. And there aren't as many characters like that. You can use the light and the dark in tandem. You can complete balance. And that is why there aren't more purple lightsabers in Star Wars. Anyway, guys, I am just going to do a quick little note at the end. I just want to say thank you. I know I haven't posted in pretty much 2 weeks at this point. I think it's 2 weeks, actually. Anyway, I want to say thank you for so much support on my previous Why Aren't More Geonosians Jedi video. And I will be getting back to making more frequent content. The reason I didn't post yesterday, even though I said I'd be back, was because it just took forever and I didn't have the time to finish the editing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Also, sorry, one last note. I have this friend who is just started his channel again, and I thought I'd give him a nice little shout out. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Vanta Black Stuff. I'll put his link in the description. If you like some memes and you like some edits, please go check out his channel. And I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting, but thanks if you do go and subscribe to him, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.